to you, wherever you may be. It's time for the Tonight Show. No, that's not it. I'm sorry. I was thinking about it. We was already late. I had a late start time anyway, and then we had some dreaded technical difficulties. But we are here now. Yes, it is time once again for the Champion Brothers ChampCast, Bubba's Big Broadcast, or
let's finally talk some Southern gospel. And there's Chris ready to do it.
Yes, and there's Neil right. No, I did it wrong. There's Neil right over there.
I think there's some electrons. It's frozen somewhere is what I think.
Yeah, probably. Everything else is. Why not that too? But ladies and gentlemen, just right off the bat, you just want to go ahead and bring him on?
Let's just do it. Yeah.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen.
He's there.
He's everywhere. Let me get back to where I was needing to go here. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and welcome the greatest tenor singer in the history of the world, in my book anyway. Look, it's Mike Franklin, ladies and gentlemen.
Franklin.
Oh, they're going crazy. Son, how are you?
Simmer down.
Man. It is so good to see you, man.
Yeah, I was part of the technical difficulties earlier.
It's all right. It's all right. And I was trying to think earlier today. I can't remember the last time I saw you face to face. It may have been when I walked out on you that night. But
I think it was.
But as we used to say in the country, you fell off even more. So
there's a lot less of him.
Who knew that the day would come where I would be the biggest of the three people that you see on the screen right now? But here I am.
Well, it is good to see you. And
yes, sir.
Looking forward to seeing you face to face.
Yep. Here in a little over a week from this coming Saturday night, January 27th.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do this. I'm going to swap everybody around on the screen so I can put this up, and it won't cover you up. It'll cover me up instead.
You are
right there is what we're excited about. United Voice coming to the Vernon City Complex in Vernon, Alabama on Neil Champion Day. I still hadn't gotten with the mayor over there, but
I wish Eddie was still alive to know that I have finally made it to Vernon, Alabama.
But yes, it's Neil Champion Day. That's Neil's birthday. Has he told you that yet? I don't know if I have or not.
Oh, wow.
Yes. But there's going to be big doings in Vernon week from this Saturday night, January 27th. We'll start at 6 o'clock. Won't cost you a dime to get in. We will receive an offering to help with all the cost involved, but we want to see you there. And we're going to see Mike Franklin there too. So
yeah,
indeed.
There's going to be a house full there that night. I just know it.
Yep. A mighty lot of singing too.
Good singing.
Well, usually, and I know you've been on with us before. I think, what was it, a year or two ago? I can't remember now. This is the third year that we've been doing this. But just in case somebody that's watching, and we do have some that's coming on in, and invite everybody to like us and share us and comment and let us know that you're there. We want to say howdy to you in just a minute. But just in case somebody has never met Mike Franklin, introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hey, I'm Tina's husband.
Smart man.
Proud to be. Spent 21 years with the Melody Boys Quartet, but I have been the last 7 years with United Voice, and just really enjoying being with Chris again. Chris and Jonathan Sawrey and I sang in a trio prior to Jonathan and I singing with the Melody Boys Quartet. And that's
Chris Bennett you're talking about, not me, right?
Bennett, right. And then Chris went on to sing with several groups in the Memphis area. And then when he moved back into the Greenbrier, Conway area, he and I got together, and he had met Jeremy while he was singing with different groups in that Memphis area. He had met Jeremy while Jeremy was singing with a group called Under Grace.
And that's Jeremy Ballinger, not Jeremy Raines.
Hey, Ballinger, that glad you be straight here.
Something about you and Chris's and Jeremy's, huh?
And it just fell into place. It was the right people for the right time, and I can't believe 7 years has gone by.
Wow, it's been that long already.
I know it.
And you just turned what, 42 last week or week before or sometime in the not too distant past. Yeah, you.
Yeah, I'm at least 42. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You look it.
Every bit of it. Thanks.
But yeah, we are so looking forward to seeing you guys at the Vernon City Complex. Right quick, before we dive too far in, let's just go ahead and say hey to some folks. Waveline Gentry has checked in with us. Our pal Riley Wheeler saying good evening, gentlemen. Megan Edgeworth saying good evening to all of us. Blaine Rayleigh saying howdy, friends. Brenda Torbert says hi. Chase Emery says hey. And Brenda was echoing your comments there, Mike. Right people, right place, right plan. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am, I guess I should say. But glad to have all you folks joining in with us tonight. All right, Neil, you take the reins. This is you're the executive producer and put it together all week, every week. So tell us what we're talking about and listening to tonight.
Is that really what I am? I am now an executive. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just the button pusher.
Yeah. Okay. I got you.
That on there.
What's
Do
that?
what?
You need a shirt with that on there.
Oh yeah. I've got. This is paying kind of honor to Mr. Mike Franklin. His years he spent in the U.S. Air Force. This is a shirt that I had. I worked at that Air Force agency for several years, and this is a shirt I still have from that. But anyway, that's another story.
Odd facts known by few.
That's right. No, I just got to thinking about United Voice coming and them being a trio. We've had a lot of quartets at these singing so far. Now, I get they're the first trio that we've had. And I got to thinking about over the years, there's been a mighty lot of singing done by a mighty lot of trios in the Southern gospel music world.
Yeah.
And I just kind of handpicked, went and grabbed some, went through my pretty large pile of LPs that I have accumulated over the past few years, and just plucked out some and just thought we'd share some trio music tonight. I put on the title that I sent Chris. I said, we're going to have a trio of trios, and we are going to share a trio of songs from our featured trio. So that's what tonight is. Just trios all over the place. All right.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is it the kids say now?
Producer, thank
Man alive. Well, let's just jump right in and play one, Chris, right off. I think maybe the Sons of Song was that first.
Yes, sir.
Those guys hit the scene, man. But back in the day, we don't quite remember it ourselves. This one was on an album that was released the year I was born. And so, no, I don't remember a lot about it being out on the radio, but our dad definitely talked to us about the Sons of Songs and the music, and he enjoyed it as a teenager. And this is just one that you got to tap your toe a little bit when this one plays, and so let's listen to the Sons of Song and Way Up Yonder.
Beyond the cloudy sky, all of God's children will be singing way up yonder in the sky. What glad rejoicing way up in glory, when we join our loved ones up in the sky. We'll join the chorus, hallelujah chorus, sing forever way up yonder in the sky. Way up yonder, way up yonder, way up yonder, beyond the cloudy sky. All of God's children will be singing way up yonder in the sky.
No tears, no sorrow on that tomorrow. One glad reunion, no sad goodbyes. We'll cross the portals into glory, sing forever way up yonder in the sky.
way up yonder, way up yonder, way up yonder, beyond the cloudy sky. All of God's children will be singing, way up yonder in the sky, way up yonder in the sky, way up yonder in the sky.
There you go. There's you some good toe-tapping music to get us started off tonight from the Sons of Song and Way Up Yonder here on the Champion Brothers broadcast with our special guest, the middleman extraordinaire, Mike Franklin. Wait a minute. Let me unmute you here. There we go. Now we can hear you.
All right. Yeah, I had the opportunity to meet Calvin a few times over the year, Grand Old Gospel.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Let's say howdy to some more folks right quick. Neil, guess who reacted to our broadcast tonight? Old Butch himself, Brandon Porter, checked in.
Oh, BP.
Glad to hear from him. I'm not sure if this is going to show up or not. Yeah, Scott Bolden sent us a rectangle. I think that was probably some kind of emoji, and it didn't work right.
He's in a box, I guess. Yeah. Oh, well.
Ken Cook says, hey, Champion Brothers.
Yeah.
Hey to Ken. Let's see. We'll talk about this in a little while, but Randall says if you want a double dose of United Voice, you can see him in North Alabama at Eddy Baptist Church on Friday, January 26th at 6 o'clock. We got a fancy poster we'll put up there in just a minute. And he also says, howdy, y'all. Hannah Bradford says, hello, everyone. Hey to you, Hannah. Appreciate you dropping by. And our old pal Brad Shuckford says, evening, boys. Glad to have y'all with us, too.
Well, there you go.
Mike, when was the last time you were in Alabama?
It's been way too long.
Yeah.
It was September or October when we did a program in Muscle Shoals.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
And hey, look, I think you know him. Jeremy Ballinger says hello to the famous Mike Franklin. So, hey, Jeremy.
The world famous Mike Franklin.
You never know where he's everywhere.
Everywhere.
It's like Ray Stevens talked about Santa Claus. He's everywhere. He's everywhere.
Everywhere.
And Jack Scott Jr. says, good evening, everybody. Good evening to you too, Mr. Jack. So, Mike, I was thinking earlier today when I was thinking about tonight and having you on, and you probably think I was just messing with you, but I'm not. You're one of my favorite tenor singers, if not the favorite tenor singer of all time. I mean, just the ease with which you do it. And I think I can say this honestly, but I see more joy when you sing than just about anybody I've ever watched sing before.
Wow.
And then when you do the slow, meaningful songs and you convey that and you tell that story, it's just something I've always admired. I don't know if I've said that out loud to you or not before, but it's always been on my mind. So.
Thank you. Just being able to do it is more than I deserve, and I feel like sometimes I enjoy it too much. And
is that possible?
No, I don't think so.
Possible, but sometimes it just feels like it. I just enjoy it so much that I don't know. I guess that's the joy part of it, and because I know who I'm singing about.
There you go. Makes all the difference, don't it?
It's not just a love song; it's my love song.
You might want to write that. Have you ever written any?
Yeah, I've written a few less than mediocre songs.
Well, Neil, I feel like I'm doing all the talking. You talk a little bit.
That's because you're the talker. I'm the just guy in the back in the corner, quiet normally. But no, a song I wanted to play tonight from United Voice, Mike, was one borrowed and barely used tune. Can you tell me about that song, or maybe how you guys came to record it?
Well, Chris had heard it, came across it, pitched it to Jeremy, Jeremy tried it on and said, "Yeah, let's do it." And he, during the time period that we were staging it, he did of course, you can't do every song every night,
Yeah.
but
Sure.
man, it just he put everything into it during that time. It is a great song, and it fit Jeremy perfectly. And it is a song that if you don't do it regularly, I mean, you have to stay tight on it. It's not one that you can let go for a year and then just do it without tightening it back up.
Yeah.
Right. Well, yeah, with these songs, there ain't nothing professional about what me and Chris come on here and do. The professionals would have got with you and made sure they played songs that you sing a lot and that they would hear that night. No, I didn't do that. I went through and I picked 3 songs that I really like and that I wanted to play and share.
That's
And so
is a great song, and I believe it
I believe so. Yes, indeed.
originally.
Do what now? You
I
dropped
believe
out for
Anchorman originally.
The
Anchorman. Okay, yeah. Well, let's listen to the United Voice version of Borrowed and Barely Used Tomb here on the Champion Brothers broadcast.
Joseph begged for the body of Jesus after the soldiers were done. He let Pilate know of the new grave he owned, the last resting place for God's Son. Early that first Easter morning, in the rock where the grave had been hewn, God gave it back. There was just no need for a borrowed and barely used tomb. It's cold, it's dark, and it's empty, the place where death lost its sting. It once belonged to a rich man and was used for a while by a king. He was just changing clothes for a journey. Then he left that old ugly room. The day that the grave lost its victory in a borrowed and barely used tomb. Have you ever tried to imagine the dawning on that first day, when God shook the earth and the angel came down and rolled that great stone away? He spoke to the woman that morning who had come with her spice and perfume. Why seek ye the living among the dead in the borrowed and barely used tomb? Oh, it's cold, it's dark, and it's empty, this place where death lost its sting. It once belonged to a rich man and was used for a while by a king. He was just changing clothes for a journey. Then he left that old ugly room. The day that the grave lost its victory in a borrowed and barely used tomb. It's cold, it's dark, and it's empty, this place where death lost its sting. It once belonged to a rich man and was used for a while by a king. Oh, he was just changing clothes for a journey. Then he left that old ugly room. The day that the grave lost a borrowed and barely used tune. The day that the grave lost its victory, in a borrowed and barely used
tune. Are there any questions? There better not be. That's the group known as United Voice and Borrowed and Barely Used Tomb here on the Champion Brothers broadcast with our special guest, Frozen Mike Frank. Oh, there you go. Are you there? Test, test. 1, 2. All right.
Down here.
Say again.
I said it is pretty frozen down here right now in Arkansas.
Did y'all get any snow and ice and all that stuff?
Oh yeah, man, we've had it was -2 this morning when I woke up.
Wow, that was about the wind chill here. I think it was about 6 when I woke up this morning. So
this old bald head has had to do some burying into some stuff to keep warm.
Oh, goodness. Mike Franklin of United Voice is our special guest tonight. And we're here to remind you about a big event coming up 1 week from this Saturday night. That'll be January 27th at the Vernon City Complex in Vernon, Alabama. United Voice, Mike and Chris and Jeremy will be here to share with us in song. Chosen Witness will sing a few, Faithful Friends will sing a few, and then we're going to let United Voice just have the whole evening after that. And looking so forward to it. It won't cost you anything to get in. We will receive a love offering. But this is something new for us. We've done the 6 singings in Fayette over the last 2 years, and this is the first time we're branching out a little bit and bringing it back to the Vernon City Complex. If you're not familiar with it, it's the old Lamar County High School right there in downtown Vernon, and right there at the intersections of Highway 17 and 18. And it's a beautiful redone building with the old original high school auditorium. Mike, we was talking about this the other day. One of the earliest concerts that Neil and I remember going to was in this venue where we will be a week from Saturday night, and saw the Blackwood Brothers there back when Learning to Lean was the big song and all that. So that building holds a special place in our memories, and we're going to make some new memories on the 27th.
And did the Champion Brothers or Champion Boy, the Bama Boys, did the Bama Boys sing there?
No, this was, let's see, when was Learning to Lean the big hit? Like 74, 5, somewhere along in there.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. We didn't sing then. Now we have sung there over the years. They did sing there. Yeah. But yeah, that particular concert, no, we were there as listeners. It was actually just before our dad actually got started with the Columbian Quartet, and our Southern gospel music journey started. It was just a year or two before that. So
yeah. So there's some good times back then. And then also that same venue is where Neil Champion was inducted into the Lamar County Gospel Music Hall of Fame just a few years ago. So
Neil,
was it a memorable night for sure. Yeah, it was. Yeah,
wow.
Special
and our
night.
buddy Don Dollar says, come on down. Don's the one that's helped us facilitate getting to have these singings in Vernon, Alabama. So I want to say hey to Don. Appreciate him joining us tonight. Tyler Williams says, hello, friends. Good to see you, Tyler. Loretta Champion said, wow, what a song.
I know.
Borrowed and barely used tomb. And Elizabeth Spelling says, hello tonight. Hey, Miss Elizabeth, glad you're joining us this evening. Let me see right quick. Let me check the other list here. Margaret Richardson checking in with us. My pal Anita Gordon. It's Anita Morris checking in. And how about this? Sound Street checked in with us tonight.
Well,
they're going to be coming to see us here and in the not too distant future. Let me just pop this up right quick. This is the whole list of the concerts that we'll be having both in Vernon and in Fayette. And United Voice will be a week from this Saturday night at the Vernon City Complex. And then on March 23rd at the Fayette Civic Center, Master's Voice will be there. Sound Street will be with us on Saturday, June 1st at the Vernon City Complex. The Kingsmen on Saturday, July 27th at the Civic Center in Fayette. The Kellys on September 14th in Vernon. And then the Dixie Echoes will round out our year on November 9th of next year at the Fayette Civic Center. So hope you'll put all those on your calendar. I know we sent out some letters with those flyers in it with all those dates on it, and hope everybody got those. You can drop us a comment. Let us know if you got one or not.
Great lineup whole year.
Yes, sir. It is. And we're just kicking it off with the best and then going from there.
There you go. That's right. That's right. For sure. Yeah, that song, borrowed and barely used tune. I mean, if you know anything, if you've been in church, if you know anything about the Bible, you know anything about the story of Jesus, that song has got to move you. I mean, if it doesn't move you, yeah, there's something you need to get right. Now, if you're a brand new, unchurched, don't know a lot about Christianity, that song might not move you at first. But hey, give it a little time. It will. You get to the point where that song will move you.
That's right.
What a great song. Jeremy does a great job delivering that.
Shoot, y'all might ought to tighten that up on the ride over here and just do it.
There you go. There you go.
All right. Well,
do y'all ride together, or do y'all just do you come separately like some of our other groups do?
Well, I hope he's still listening.
Yeah.
We'll get to work.
Do what?
We'll get to work on that.
Right quick, let's acknowledge some more folks. Scott said he's seeing some of our Southern Gospel Forward youngins in the crowd tonight, and that's good. Southern Gospel Forward is a wonderful broadcast that, as he calls himself, Pawpaw Scott, started not too long ago with some young folks. Y'all need to check out SBM Studios and find out when the next one of those are going to be. Pam and David Baker checking in, saying, hey, guys, Tyler Williams. So that's a great lineup. The Kellys are phenomenal. Yeah, and they have been for a long time. And Matthew Mays says, good evening, brother. Glad to see you in here tonight. So who's our next trio up, Neil?
Yeah, when I was just pulling out some trios from the past, I couldn't just go by Brother Wendy Bagwell and the Sunlighters.
Yeah.
I thought about them and all the great music they put out. Of course, I didn't
song?
Believe it or not, yeah, I didn't drop in him telling a story. Maybe we'll do that another time. But this particular song caught my eye on this album. This is an album from 1965, and this is a song, Chris, that I can remember when our dad told me that this was his favorite song. He told me that one time. Now, I don't know if he meant period, as far as hymns, as old songs, but he told me one time that's my favorite song, and so I wanted to share it. This is from way back with Wendy Bagwell and the Sunlighters doing Hand in Hand with Jesus.
Once from my poor sensick soul, Christ did every burden roll. Now I walk redeemed and whole.
Classic music from Wendy Bagwell and the Sunlighters, and Hand in Hand with Jesus here on the Champion Brothers broadcast tonight with Mike Franklin, our special guest. Were you a Wendy Bagwell and the Sunlighters fan, Mike?
Yes, especially Ralph and the Volkswagen joke. My favorite. But Wendy was one of my dad's favorite gospel music artists as well.
Reckon that Volkswagen used any oil?
That run you out of there.
I will never hear about or see a picture of your dad and not think of using any oil. You want to tell that story?
Yeah, he had all of Wendy's long plays. Yeah.
But no, seriously, I would tell them why I said that. Why,
oh, well,
when I think of your daddy, I think of using the oil.
Yeah, that was the way he measured whether a vehicle was any good or not. And it always caught a lot of folks off guard when he'd say, does that truck use any oil? Well, most people would say, yeah, because they put oil in it. He'd say, mine don't. They'd want to know, well, what do you put in there? He'd say, well, they don't put any oil.
Good stuff.
A hard man to read sometimes, but he was just funny.
But yeah, we are so looking forward to having United Voice with us in Vernon, Alabama. Here, let me do the big switcheroo here while I put this back up here at the Vernon City Complex on Saturday night, January 27th, starting at 6 o'clock. We'll start letting folks in at 5 if you want to come on early. And won't cost you anything to get in. Chosen Witness will be there. Faithful Friends will be there. And Mike Franklin, along with Chris Bennett and Jeremy Ballinger, will be there as United Voice. And we want to see you. And I told Randall we'd do this the night before. United Voice is going to be up in Northeast Alabama at Eddy Missionary Baptist Church in Arab, Alabama. It's on Eddy Church Road Northeast, and they'll be there on Friday night, and with us in Vernon on Saturday night. Have you ever been to Eddy Baptist Church before, Mike?
Pretty sure I have been one time, and that's when Dave used to go there? He was here.
Randall goes there.
Yeah.
Chosen Witness.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, that's a singing church if there's ever been one. So Faithful Friends got to go not too awfully long ago, and Neil and Randall have been telling us about it, and it's one of my favorite places to go now. So
yeah, the Melody Boys.
Maybe they'll ask us back sometimes.
Yeah.
Do what now?
I said the Melody Boys were there. They had us there some years back on I forget if it was a Saturday evening or Sunday evening, but it was a good concert there.
I'm going to ask you a question that's not fair, and I was led into this by a comment that I saw earlier. I'm trying to scroll back and see if I can find it. Megan Edgeworth asked, did you ever sing with my friend Alan Kendall during his time with Brother Williams? And that got me to thinking about, does it bother you or honor you or what when folks like us that met you when you were with the Melody Boys Quartet brings that up?
Bring what up?
The fact of just talking about the Melody Boys instead of talking about United Voice. And like I say, that's not a real fair question, but
no, it doesn't bother me at all. And our Alan's and my time with the Melody Boys did not intersect. I'm sorry to say, but I've seen him a few times when he was out passing through this way with the Kingsmen. A chance to sit down and catch up with him, but I've heard the funny story about how he came to be with the Melody Boys, and it is quite a funny story. But no, to answer her question, we did not get to sing together when he was with the Melody Boys.
Yeah, I believe in our years of travel, me and Loretta traveled for about 8 years with my work all around the country. And I believe on one of those trips, did we not pass through somewhere in Texas? And lo and behold, Mike Franklin was there singing, I believe alongside Alan Kendall, weren't you? Only it was with the Rebels. Is that right? Did you maybe fill in with them one weekend?
Yes, I did fill in with the Rebels one weekend, and back when Alan had the Rebels, and
Yep.
about that. And Dave, what was Dave's last name? He was singing bass. He was filling in bass that weekend.
Hmm.
I knew him when he was with the Chuckwagon Gang.
Oh, okay.
He was bass with them for many years. Fine gentleman.
Yeah, me and Loretta tried to be just kind of easygoing and just do whatever when we was on those road trips, and somehow we got wind that you was going to be down there, and it was not too far off a route. We were headed to, I don't know, San Antonio maybe or somewhere, and yeah, we stopped off, and so I can say, Megan, that Mike has stood up and sang with Alan Kendall on stage,
Yes.
just not with the Melody Boys.
I
Dave
did. And
Emery.
it was a pleasure. Yes, Dave Emery. But yes, and it was a pleasure to stand and sing with Alan. Sure was.
Yeah, did a great job that night. Yeah, I remember.
So there you go.
Enjoyed it.
You have sung with him, just not with the
Yeah.
Melody Boys. So
Right. Right.
And I'll tell you something else random that ran through my mind a while ago. And that is, you mentioned that Volkswagen. Wasn't that was Ralph Bennett's Volkswagen, wasn't it?
Yeah.
yeah.
Was that Chris's Uncle Ralph, you think? Chris Bennett? Was that his uncle?
Well, listening to the way Wendy told the story, it could have been.
Okay.
That's true.
Yeah.
Hey, we want to say hey to some more folks right quick. Jacob Allen has checked in with us. Our Fayette County Sheriff, Byron Yerby, and his wife Beck checked in. Glad to see y'all tonight. And Sharon Owens as well. Glad to have y'all with us tonight. Appreciate you stopping by. Let's get back to some more United Voice music, Neil. What's next?
Let's do it. This is a toe tapper that I love, and yeah, I wanted to share it. It's going to get up and go as much as that Way Up Yonder did at the start. But yeah, turn United Voice loose on I'm Going There.
Let's do it.
Everyone knows that Jesus is coming soon, and it won't be long. We'll sing and shout while the ages roll around that heavenly throne. I know I can't wait to see my Savior, see Him face to face. Oh, what a sweet reunion on that great homecoming day. I'm going there to heaven bright and fair. I'm going there to a land of no despair. I'm gonna run and shout on that great day. All others better get out of my way. I'm going there to heaven bright and fair. Soon I'm gonna leave this world of sorrow, doubt, and fear, to live in a land beyond compare with never more a tear. What joy awaits on that great day as I walk right through those pearly gates. When the trumpet sounds, I'll be heaven bound. Praise God, I'm going there. I'm going there to heaven bright and fair. I'm going there to a land of no despair. I'm gonna run and shout on that great day. All others better get out of my way. I'm going there to heaven bright and fair. I'm going there to heaven bright and fair. I'm going there to a land of no despair. I'm gonna run and shout on that great day. All others better get out of my way. I'm going there to heaven bright and fair. I'm going there to heaven bright and fair. I'm going there to a land of no despair. I'm gonna run and shout on that great day. All others better get out of my way. I'm going over there to heaven bright and
that evening as well. Admission is free. A love offering will be received. We hope to see you at the Vernon City Complex on Saturday, January 27th at 6 p.m. for United Voice. The Champion Brothers are bringing it back to the Vernon City Complex on Saturday, January 27th at 6 p.m. with our very special guest, United Voice.
I'm gonna run and shout 'em.
Chosen Witness and Faithful Friends will be singing that evening as well. Admission is free. A love offering will be received. We hope to see you at the Vernon City Complex on Saturday, January 27th at 6 p.m. for United Voice. The Champion Brothers are bringing it back. Can't make it stop. Make it stop already. I thought I was going to be cute, and it turned out to be a disaster. But, it wouldn't be one of our broadcasts if we didn't have at least one of those happen. So let me see. Neil, you have to help me, man. I got too many buttons to push here. There we go. Thank you. But I was like, we just hear a little bit more of that song. And then it wouldn't stop and started halfway through and all that. Anyway, hey.
We heard it all the way through.
Hey, look.
For sure.
Yeah.
You said Chosen Witness sang a few, which is now in this part of Chosen Witness, we're a trio as well. And Faithful Friends will sing a few. And I was thinking, now that's a solid quartet there. Randy's going to be king of the mountain that night on that bass singer, the only bass singer on the stage. Randall might have something to say with that, because sometimes Randall sings bass out of the right side, baritone out of the left side when we're singing. So you just have to be careful. And Eddie Baptist Mikey, I mean, if there is a spare microphone sitting anywhere around, United Voice will be a quartet at some time. Just you have to watch Randall. You have to watch.
And Randall set us straight, Mike. You were partially right when we were talking about when I asked you if you had sung at Eddie Baptist. Randall says that you were at Eddie Baptist on Saturday night, September 10th, 2016, and then you were at Dave's Church, Pinson First Baptist, on Sunday, September 11th, 2016. So there you go.
Man,
so you were at Dave's Church and Randall's Church on the same weekend, back-to-back nights. So with the Melody Boys. So there you go.
A good deal. I'm glad. Great.
I got something I want you to share, Mike. And I didn't tell you this ahead of time, so it's just going to be out of the blue. Okay. I want you to share with me, like, it could be one of the other guys too, embarrassing moments that you guys have had on stage since you've been singing as United Voice in the last 7 years. Something's bound to come to mind.
United Voice.
Or y'all just so smooth that just don't happen?
Oh, no, that. But you might let me think about that and come back. Let me come back to it.
We can do that. We sure can. Yeah, but I'm gonna hold you to it before we're done, though. So even if you have to just make something up.
For me, if you're listening, prompt me.
So if you've seen United Voice and you know that embarrassing moment that he's thinking about but don't want to talk about yet, just drop a comment in there and say something about it.
I'll talk about it.
Want to say hey to Jimmy Hobbs checking in with us tonight, and Tyler. I said hey to Tyler, and my buddy Tuff Stripling stopped by. Hey Tuff, hope you're having a good evening this evening. So Neil, we had we're talking about a trio of trios and a trio of songs from the wonderful trio United Voice, but the next one is one of those older songs that you mentioned, and I think, Mike, I got the longest text I've ever gotten from Neil this morning when he sat down and for whatever reason texted out the lyrics to this next song.
I just thought it was interesting,
and it put a smile on my face. Tell me about it, Bubba.
It's one I found on this. So our trio of trios, we had the Sons of Song, one by them. We had one by Wendy Bagwell and the Sunlighters. And now we're going to play one by the Rangers from back in the 60s, the Rangers Trio, because there was also a Rangers Quartet. Mm-hmm. This is the Rangers Trio. And they had a song on this 1961 album called The Mockingbird. And from what I could, you remember that?
I've heard it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The only other group I could find that had recorded it was the Plainsmen I wonder if
Yeah,
Mr. Gerald sung it with the Plainsman.
that's who I heard it by. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
this is one of those. It's just a fun song. Now it ain't, it's not. It's not going to get to the spiritual depths that Bard and Barely Used Tune does now, because it's just a fun song. But hey, just about every preacher of the word I've ever seen, sometime when he's in the pulpit, he stands up there and tells a joke, makes people smile.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if a preacher can do that, why can't we just have a fun song every now and then?
Yeah.
Well,
And
yeah.
and this is one of those. So yeah, listen close. It ain't a long one. It's going to be done before you know it. But listen to the Rangers from 1961 sing "The Mockingbird."
The mockingbird sang his song by the break of morn. The mockingbird sang his song. Then a song was born. Well, the mockingbird, well, the Lord looked down to see what he heard. The Lord put the voice in the mockingbird. The song was born, he liked what he heard. The song was sung by the mockingbird, singing, Lord, hear me. Well, the Lord looked down and he blessed the bird. He gave it the power to sing his word, to sing about the joy of the 70 land, when none but the good and the righteous stand. Well, his voice did rumble, his voice did rock, the earth was shaken by the mighty shock, singing, wow, wow. Sing, little mockingbird, sing your song. When he sang, his voice was heard. His tune was carried by every bird to the ends of the earth. This a wondering out, saying the 55 burns. You wanna shout? That's how a song was born. Wow!
How about that little ditty from the Rangers Trio in the Mockingbird here on the Champion Brothers broadcast with our special guest Mike Franklin tonight? Have you ever sung that one, or you just heard it? Well, wait a minute. Whoa, let me see. I got to unmute everybody. There you go. Now, have you ever sung that or just heard it?
Never had the pleasure of singing it, but I have enjoyed it.
Yep.
And I have remembered a particular night where technical difficulties seemed to plague us from the time we were introduced on stage. We had computer problems, we had microphone problems, we had speaker problems, we had feedback problems. I can't think of anything that went right that night concerning technical and sound. It just seemed like there was a gremlin in everything. And we actually had to take a break and go into the settings of our computer. I mean, we couldn't even get our mouse pad to work. And everything was working great from the sound check. But when they introduced us, we couldn't get anything to come out of that computer, and not even our mouse pad would work. So,
like I always say, technology is great till it ain't.
Yeah, that's pretty embarrassing. That was a pretty embarrassing evening all the way through, until everything just got so, it just kept rolling along till it got fun. It just plain got funny. And the audience just started laughing with us. And, you know, one more thing happened and it just got funny. And something else would happen and it got funny. It just, anyway, it where it could have just ruined the evening, finally, it just got funny. And people, it wound up being it didn't wind up half as bad as it could have been. I'm sure there's some other things that I'm just not thinking of right now, but that one stands out.
Yep.
I can imagine.
Been there, done that. And
I
Neil,
just,
our friend Boo Shaw said that his bird is almost as old as the Mockingbird song. Let me see, Mike, you're not going to get this, and I can't remember if I still got that. Yeah, there's Boo's bird that he made for our grandmother, who was his first grade teacher, and it got handed down to Mom, and Mom gave it back to Boo not too awfully long ago. So I'm not sure that's a bluebird, I guess, instead of a mockingbird, but good stuff.
Indeed. Indeed.
Well, now's as good a time as any to remind you once again that the group United Voice will be coming to the Vernon City Complex a week from this Saturday night, January 27th, starting at 6 p.m. The Vernon City Complex right there in downtown Vernon at the intersections of Highway 17 and 18. The old Lamar County High School Auditorium is where we'll be. Starting at 6 o'clock, free admission. We will receive a love offering. United Voice will have most of the singing for the evening, but we'll start you off with some Chosen Witness and Faithful Friends music, and then give the rest of the evening to United Voice. And so looking forward to seeing y'all in a full concert.
Absolutely. Can't wait. Can't wait.
Yeah, Mike, you're laughing again.
Technical difficulties that evening.
Yeah, no technical difficulties.
Maybe not.
Knock on wood.
Have your bass guitar with you that evening, Neil. Just
in case. Okay. My.
Well, we're talking about United Voice. Let's hear one more song from United Voice. You want to?
Let's do that. Yeah, this is another one that just caught my ear as I was listening to all of their music, and an a cappella number that I think they laid it down the right way. So,
let me tell you how this one came.
Please do.
We were singing on an award show here in Little Rock, and the young man that had invited us to come and sing on the award show particularly asked us to sing an a cappella song, and we didn't have one that we were doing. And again, Chris just scoured every nook and cranny of songs that and groups that had been doing a cappella songs down through the years, and I was not even familiar with this song. And now I cannot remember the group that did it. But anyway, we learned this song just to do that night, that evening on that award show, and we liked it so well, we decided, well, we put this much time and effort into it, let's just record it. And so we still do it more often than we don't.
Yeah.
And it is a great song. I was surprised. It was just an old song that I'd never heard before.
Well, let's listen to United Voice sing I Shall Know Him.
When my life work is ended and I've crossed the swelling tide, and the bright and glorious morning I shall see, I shall know my Redeemer when I reach the other side, and his smile will be the first to welcome me. I shall know him, I shall know him, and redeemed by his side I shall stand. I shall know him. shall know him by the prints of the nails in his hands. I shall know him. I shall know him. And redeemed by his side, I shall stand. I shall know him. I shall know him by the prints of the nails in his hands.
That's United Voice, and I shall know him here on the Champion Brothers broadcast. And Mike Franklin is our special guest tonight, and glad to have you with us. And yes, that is an awesome arrangement. The Ball Brothers, does that ring a bell, Mike?
No, it was a much older.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was just looking while that was playing at who had recorded it, and I mean, tons and tons of groups have recorded it.
Oh, they have.
I mean, everybody from the Florida Boys to Gaither to the Ball Brothers to just on and on and on. I saw a big list, and then I did a search of Ball Brothers acapella, or I Shall Know Him acapella, and the Ball Brothers was the one that popped up the most. But anyway, that's all right.
This there was a group called Sunday Drive, and
Yeah.
before they were Sunday Drive, it was the Something Brothers
Gotcha.
group.
Well, that's fine. I
Mullen.
mean, there's
Mullen.
not a the Mullins.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I was trying to check on the Southern Gospel History page.
It was the Mullins that
Okay. I knew you'd come up with it sooner or later if I stalled
sooner or
long
later. Yeah.
enough.
When y'all hit that ending right then, I could just see the Vernon City Complex people on their feet, boy, at the end of that one. Man. Good song. Good song. Boy, show. Chris, did you notice this was volume 3 night? You know, last
Yes,
week
I
was
did know
volume
that.
2, and 2 weeks ago was volume 1. Well, on trio night, it was volume 3 we played songs from. So there you
That is executive producer thinking, right?
go.
You got that right.
Yeah. All right. Oh,
Now, Neil, you had one more song, but you didn't have it in the notes. I wasn't sure if that was a late addition or a late scratch, or you want to play it, or
oh my goodness. Did I drop a Rambo song in there?
yes.
Oh,
You just didn't have it in my notes. So I wasn't positive if you wanted it or if that was a healthy scratch or what.
yeah, it wouldn't be a trio of trios if we played that one too, but we could do a quartet of trios and end the night on that song because it's a fine one as well.
It sure.
All right.
Yeah.
They were definitely a trio that put out a lot of wonderful music over the years.
Yeah.
Well, you want to go ahead and play it then?
Let's go ahead and play it. The Rambos and Too Much to Gain to Lose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Too many miles behind me, too many trials all through, too many tears help me to remember there's too much to gain, to lose. lie behind the mountain. Too many rivers my feet have walked through. Too many treasures are waiting over yonder. There's too much to gain, to lose. I've crossed the hot, burning desert, struggling the right road to choose. Somewhere up ahead, there's cool, clear water, and defeat is one word I don't use. Too many sunsets lie behind the mountain. Too many rivers my feet have walked through. Too many treasures are waiting over yonder. And there's too much to gain, to lose.
Classic music from the Rambos and Too Much to Gain to Lose here on the Champion Brothers broadcast. Mike Franklin's been our special guest tonight, and you could have been doing a whole lot of other stuff on a Wednesday evening, but we're glad you decided to come in and join us tonight, brother.
Been my extreme pleasure to be right in between the two Champion brothers. Looking forward to y'all on the 26th and 27th.
Yep, 26th at Eddy Baptist Church up in Arab, Alabama, and then on the 27th at the Vernon City Complex in Vernon, Alabama, right there at the downtown, the old Lamar County High School Auditorium. It'll start at 6 o'clock. They'll start at 6 o'clock at Eddy in Arab on Friday night, the 26th as well. Yeah.
And I guess y'all are going to have Chris Bennett on with you sometime next week. And I know he'll be much easier to get information out of than I am.
Okay. All right. We'll see how that goes
then. There is one thing I wanted to mention, and I thought about this earlier and didn't say it because we got off on something else, but, and I know I feel like I shouldn't be bringing up Melody Boys Quartet when we're doing United Voice now, but y'all had the, more or less like a little reunion at Mr. Gerald's 90th birthday party. Is that right?
That's right.
Not too awfully long ago. And I saw some video that Gayla put up, and you did pray and Shadrach and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, did y'all just stop singing like last week? No.
Unrehearsed, and it showed.
99.28% of the people couldn't tell it because it was some fine stuff.
But it was fun.
But I just wanted to mention that I sure did enjoy seeing that and would have loved to have been there in person, but that's a little too far for me to go anymore. I don't travel near as much as I used to. So.
Yeah.
I don't get out much anymore.
Yeah. Well, I sure will appreciate it if y'all get us into some 50-degree weather by the 26th, 27th.
Well, that's looking promising.
Good.
I'm pulling up my weather forecast, but it looks like by next week, that we're going to have highs like in the 60s and all. So right now, the extended forecast just goes through next Wednesday, but it says Wednesday's high is 64. So yeah, it'll be a whole lot warmer than it is tonight when y'all come to see us a week from Saturday night.
Well, listen, I just want to throw this out there. Dave and his company are feeding us on Saturday night.
Oh,
Friday,
okay.
Friday night.
Eddie, Randall.
Randall.
Yeah.
Randall.
It's fine. It's fine.
Sorry, Randall.
Yeah.
My birth certificate when I get there.
And you're also going to pack up leftovers and bring to me for Saturday night. So, because I'm the only one that eats any more of this trio, as far as I know.
Okay.
But man, thank you so much.
Telling me he's been on my mind.
Yeah, I guess so. He's over in North Carolina now.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I see him on Facebook every once in a while.
Yeah. Well, wrap us up, executive producer.
Oh, it's been great, man. I've loved this. Love talking to Mike. Can't wait to see and hear United Voice. And folks that come across and see this and watch this, y'all just got to tell everybody you know. You got to spread the word for us when you're in the Fayette, Lamar County area, Marion County, Lowndes County, Mississippi, Pickens County, the whole area. Get the word out. Let's bring the people in to worship that night with us and with United Voice. It's going to be a great night.
Amen.
Well, thanks again for joining us, Mike. You can hang around after we stop the broadcast if you want to chat anymore, or you can just go if you need to, whatever you need to do. But thank y'all so much for joining us. We will be back next week. Don't know when yet. We got to, our people's got to get with Chris's people and line all that up. But we'll be here sometime next week to tell you about it one more time before we meet in Vernon on the 27th. So again, thanks for tuning in this evening or watching us later, whatever the case might be. And we'll see y'all whenever next time is. Good night, everybody.
See you later.